Hey, so I decided that I have to wait at least 3 minutes to start the stream. So I put the little starting soon stream go live, starting soon, and then y'all all watch the ads and tell me what the ads are. So I need to know, Andrew, what are you ordering from Taco Bell? Because you just got totally pimped in. I'm not a huge Taco Bell eater fan. Like, it's fine. I just would never. I rarely choose it. But when they do I usually do one of the burrito things. So like the Frito burrito or something. One of those things. One of those silly things. Anyway, how are y'all today? I'm good. Are y'all good? I got. Look at all this stuff. Like, I didn't know all this would fit in the screen. So, trying to stay dry. We're getting rain tonight, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, let me turn my phone off here for a sec. um, yeah, we got the rain coming in tonight and tomorrow. So, no complaints here. Rewiz, I got your email. I don't know what I'm going to send you yet, but I'm going to send you something. Shredded chicken burrito. Yeah. Kimmy's doing great. Tony wants to go back to bed. Fair. I've had a busy morning. Got lots of things done. I was thinking I was going to stream early, but I had so much to catch up on, especially email-wise and products-wise. So I've been doing all that this morning. And if y'all were on the Kickstarter project, y'all got maybe up to 2 emails, depending on what backer level you were at today. So we're about there. Tallulahs are here. Finally. So we'll get those shipped Monday and Tuesday. Get those sent out. And uh-oh. That's bad. Not too much rain. Don't wash the orange away, please. So, yeah, I got over here a little later than usual, but that was fine. I was just Gurface. Thanks so much. Good to see you, bud. Hope the little one had a great Halloween. So yeah, I was running a little bit behind, but for like all the right reasons, just getting things done, which, after I've been gone for a week, that stuff piles up and I wasn't going to do it yesterday. So where'd that voice come from? So as much stuff as I showed y'all yesterday, this is even more in quantity wise, just because pencils are cheap and that's why they're so fun. And that's why we love them so much. And that's why they're really good. And I wanted to put this General's test scoring front and center because I want to know why this pen is famous. Like, I haven't researched it. Like, I hear it all the time. Niaozi Master. Heck yes. We head to the grocery store this afternoon. Knock out that discount candy. Halloween leftovers, way better than Valentine leftovers. So that's no joke right there. You can get the good stuff. So, like, Tony owns the test scoring t-shirt. Y'all saw those Musgrave t-shirts? We linked them on the podcast the other day. They're pretty cool. I might have to break down and get one pretty soon. So, I'm trying to figure out why this pencil's famous. So, I'm going to have to go do my internet research and let the internet give me the truth of why the test scoring pencil's so famous. Is it just because it was the literal test scoring pencil for so many years while we were using, Scantrons and various other dot to fill scoring systems? It has the little blocks that you fill in. I guess it's like the purest, would you call it a pure number 2 pencil? I don't know. So it's got the blocks to fill in. I don't know what the 100 means. Yeah, I guess people still use Scantron stuff. The Musgrave Pencil Co. stamping looks like it's straight out of the 50s. Like, it's totally overlapped itself. So this is the Musgrave test scoring pencil. Or are you asking Tony what pencil he uses for Scantron? I bet he uses the test scoring. So I love, like, if you heard Andy and Johnny's interview with, what was it, Henry Harpole from Musgrave, one of the founders, not founders. No, he'd be really old. And that'd be some Halloween stuff happening there. But they talk about the edges of the hex barrel being sharper than most. That's how you know it's a Musgrave. And it's the truth. Like, these are not a rounded type. They're not like sharp, gonna dig in your fingers, but you absolutely feel it. Whereas opposed to like, this is a Camel from Japan, and like, it's not a round pencil. It's still a hex barrel, but you can tell the edges are kind of tapered off a little bit. So I'm going to test out a bunch of these pencils. Some of these pencils I've used before. Some of these are brand new to me, like this test scoring pencil. Like, when you're there at CW, it's hard just to not pick up 2 of them, you know. Well, I want to try the test scoring pencil to see what it's all about, why it's famous or why it's popular. And what if I like it? Well, I should buy 2 because they're cheap enough, be cheaper than me going to order and pay for shipping again. So you'll see a lot of some of these pencils I'll just buy 2 of, which makes it easy. But this is a really soft, dark pencil. Yes, I have noticed that on a couple of the Musgraves, but I didn't really put it together, right? Like, I knew this pencil felt different, and I was like, oh, the hex is raised, right? So I knew from some of the other Musgraves I have, like I've got some Generals. Oh, I think that's one of them. I don't know. But I didn't say to myself, that must be a Musgrave thing. I said it's just more extreme. Like, I noticed it from that pencil. So maybe the podcast gave me clarity on that's like a purposeful design by them. I don't know even what the test scoring 580 is. Mine says 100. So is there a difference between... So this is soft and dark. It's very nice. I know I'm writing upside down for y'all. If I took a Scantron test with this, so Generals makes a 580. Okay. Is there a difference? So if I took a Scantron test with this, like if I'm filling out my squares here, this box is for all the above, right? I know y'all are filling those out, right? That's your favorite box. Are we going with B, C, or all the above? Because it's never A or D is your heck if I know answer, right? It's B, C, or all of the above. So it's a really dark. Oh yeah, you keep telling me that, TJ. I should do that. Yeah, C always. Tony knows how it works. But it's a nice fill-in. So Kimmy, when you were growing up, when you took a standardized test, did you have to take any test where you filled in the boxes? Because in the U.S. that was like the computer would read like this mix of dot patterns and grade it. Did you ever have to take any of those over there in the Netherlands? It's totally how it works, Tony. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, see, defenseless baby, hello. Thanks y'all for joining to hear me talk about pencils randomly in the middle of the day. So that's kind of fun. But I enjoy this. It's a little bit softer than I like, but the darkness is there. I like the darkness. But my point being, if I was taking a Scantron test with this, I would want a sharpener because I'm going to get through about 20 questions and I'm going to be rounded off pretty well. And I like a very sharp point on my pencils. So it's soft enough to where I think I would have it worn down pretty well by the time I was about 20 questions into answering all the above. So I do like the color of it though. It's very dark. It's pretty nice. Okay, so just your exams, your final exams. So yeah, that's pretty much what it was too. So that's the Generals, Musgrave test scoring. Let's see, does it erase worth a poop? You also need a pretty good eraser for those Scantrons test. Ooh, shaking the desk. We might not erase a bunch, because I'm shaking the desk. It erases pretty well. That's all right. No big deal. Do any pencil erasers erase really well? That Camel actually erases pretty well. Let's look at that one next. All right, Generals are done. So this is the Camel HB, which I've had before in its natural color, like the brown natural color with the white eraser. So I didn't think about this until I just erased it, but my sharpening is probably going to shake the camera too. So I'll just apologize in advance if it's too bad. I'll just do it in my lap or something like that. I'll just go slow. Oh, that's pretty bad. We'll just do that down here. What is going on underneath this camera? What is happening here? This is going to be an interesting stream. It's probably going to get knocked off of YouTube or something. Do y'all do this after you sharpen? Do you give it the little blow? Get all the little stuff off there. So the Camel HB was one of my favorite pencils that I've tried probably in the past year or so, and I put it in my CW pencil starter pack, and they had some random colors. I think they had green and gray, they had yellow. I'm not sure if there was one more, but definitely green, definitely yellow. I didn't need a bunch of them because I already have one that I like them. Yeah, this sharpener protects it. So this is the Uni Mitsubishi KH20. So it will stabilize. I really enjoyed my other. See, this is a firmer. This is the grade that I like. They call it HB, and I think the test scoring. Do they call it test scorings 2 or HB or what? I mean, I know they say 100, but it's much softer and darker than this Camel HB. You can see just that was straight sharpened right out the sharpener right there, and so is this. And I like to write these smaller, harder, firmer graphite cores. So this I immediately latch onto because of my. I see what you did there, Tony. So I could probably try to write smaller with the test scoring pencil, but I can feel it with the Camel in that I can just write in my normal size. Number 2 is considered standard, and I guess is number 2 and HB basically interchangeable? I know everyone's grades are there's variance in what companies do, but are 2 and HB considered the most centered graphite core from the range of hardness to softness? I think they're generally considered the same. So this is fantastic. I actually prefer the natural colors as opposed to this one. But the one thing about this one is this integrated eraser. Like, it's a ferrule-less eraser. It's just kind of like this glued cap on there, but it's really firm and it works really, really well. Earthquake. So we talk about, I just mentioned the erasers. Like, you probably won't be able to pick that up on the page, but it's so much better than the Generals, even though the Generals is a darker graphite. So that might be the problem, might be the concern there. So anyway, like, if you're just want to test pencils, like you've never tried pencils before and maybe they look interesting and you don't want to go the Blackwing route or something like that, Camel, they only make a few styles. They write wonderfully. I love them. All right, added to the list. Let's do this Viking one next. Actually, let's do all the Vikings. So Vikings are pencils I did not have before I went on this trip. So I knew that I was going to get that Viking pen, that Crondash set, right? So it came with this pencil here, which is the Viking HB Skole Blyanten. So what does Skole Blyanten mean? Skole Blyanten. I'll have to look that up. So the first thing I do with a pencil that's sharpened like this, need something in Danish. Thanks. I gotta put this up here so you don't think I'm doing something silly underneath the desk. We gotta get a real tip on this pencil. So I don't do short tip pencils at all. Like, it's visually unappealing to me. I will take a brand new pencil and sharpen it into a longer point. That's why I have right, Alex. That's why I have the sharpeners that do the long points like this KH20, and I have the classroom friendly. I don't use the classroom friendly that much because the teeth have gotten to be annoying to me, even though it's a tiny bit sharper than this. it's not worth the constant teeth marks going up the barrel. I know you could put little stuff on there. I just haven't done it yet. So this is your classic Viking HB. So it's softer than the Camel, which is why I like the Camel so much. This is really smooth though. Like, there's not much grit or anything with it. Someone look up Skole Bly Anton. I see why this pencil's popular. It's a really nice writer. You know, this just makes me think of like a school pencil, but way smoother and less gritty than almost any school pencil I've ever used, that's for sure. This is like Blackwing levels of smooth. I shouldn't throw all these pencils on the floor because now I want to compare it to this Camel. Yeah, it's smoother than the Camel, although it's a little softer. It's almost as dark. It's about the same darkness. And then the test scoring pencil is way darker and way softer. This test scoring pencil almost feels like an art pencil to me. Like it's made to be used with drawing and sketching. It just seems like it would, I don't know. It just seems like it would blend the most or whatever. I don't know. So it seems, it's super soft. The more I use it, I appreciate it. The less I want to use it for a test of any kind. It doesn't. I think I would be driven crazy by how soft it is. It's really soft. So we'll compare it to some more as we go. Probably. So this is the big honkin' Viking. So I didn't take the time to resharpen this one because my large diameter sharpener is at home, and I didn't think to pack it because I forgot I had large pencils in this stack. But this is the Viking Rollo. This is the Artist Graphite pencil. It's also an HB. So, but it's going to give you the wider lines. Viking Rollo HB. This is a cool pencil. Like, definitely a sketching marking pencil. School pencil makes more than enough sense to me. I mean, that's pretty much what I called it. So these are theoretically the same cores, just one's extra large size, and this is the Viking school pencil. So they feel very similar. They look very similar. So yeah, it's just a size thing. Yeah, it's just a very comfortable pencil to write with. I'd have to figure out. Andrew, I have a confession to make. I brought Carpenter pencils with no knife. I was so busy this morning. I was like putting all my stuff in my bag, and I got here and again 0 for 2. So the the Rollo has a great feel. You usually don't see like the painted caps on these big honkin' pencils, so that's pretty neat. I like that. So it's a Viking thing. Anyone watch that show Vikings? It was as a game of yeah. Let's invent that, Tony. Super long jumbo point sharpener. So as a Game of Thrones fans, I couldn't watch Viking. It was too low budget for me, which is that's a me problem. That's a me problem. Last Viking, I think. I don't know. Maybe we'll find one later. I know, I'm bad. Was this double core, so 4B on the dark black side and HB on the gray side, which I actually bought a 6-pack of these. I didn't have to buy a 6-pack of these, I don't think, but they were packaged so neatly in 6. It was like a Jedi mind trick that Caroline pulled on me. So Caroline and Alex were there the day of the visit, and this was at the top of my list, like right behind the other Viking set. I was going to get one of these. I was like, oh, look how pretty this set is. Then you just grab them like this, and next thing you know, you're buying 6 of these things. So they tricked me. So is this, it's called the double grade, the Viking double grade. So this HB feels firmer and grittier than the school pencil HB. Definitely firmer and grittier. I don't know, the line is close enough that you may not be able to tell, but I mean, I wrote generally the same there, and it's lighter, and it's theoretically the same core. But then you flip it over, and then you get the Viking double grade. Ooh, that is soft. Just like gel pens or ballpoint pens or any pen really, the wider you get, the smoother it's going to be. So with the pencil, the softer the core, the darker and smoother it's going to be. So that's pretty nice. The HB in the double grade is not as nice as the HB in the Rollo or the school pencil. It's nice, but I can definitely tell a difference between the two, like immediately. It's a little bit scratchier. But as you'll see as we go through this or see on the desk, I'm a fan of the double-sided pens. So, pencils. I'll never not say that. All right, drink. I'm thirsty today. Jimmy John's, hashtag sponsor. Sorry. Parched today. All right, let's hit these up. Got that, got that. Put that there. Put this here, put this here. So look at all my double-sided pencils. We'll even skip the, well, I guess we'll do these now. So you can tell I have a, yeah, I know. I got that one piece of ice in, had to knock it out. I have a thing for the two color pencils, double-sided. This has been my favorite for a while now, the Editor from CW Pencil. I use this pencil as much as like my Blackwing. It's probably my second most used pencil because I'll sketch with it and then edit with it, or I don't know. It's a very, very useful pencil for me. So, and this was custom made for CW by Karandash. So this is the this is a firm. I'm guessing it's HB-ish. It's a little firm, a little light, but it's made specifically to do. Yeah, I know it's really hard to discuss double-sided pencils out loud. Like, you're just gonna get in trouble. Miguel, thanks so much. I hope you got your pens, bud. Sorry they took so late to get to you. Pen Addict on again. Mathanius, that just means you're on again too. So, see you, Kimmy. Have fun. Go study. Stay dry. But they're made to mark up other documentation generally. That's why it's called the Editor. So it's a firmer core than a lot of these. And then on the flip side, you get the softer red, which definitely feels more colored pencil-ish, more clay feeling, right? Aren't colored pencils, they have a more clay construction in the core than the graphite core. So they feel different. It's always hard to get a good deep red. I know, I don't know. Somehow all those words are not banned on the Pen Addict Twitch channel. So anyway, if you want one double-sided pencil, this is my pick. It may not be your pick because normally, as you'll see in just a second, they come in red and blue as opposed to red and black or graphite. But I enjoy the heck out of using this pencil. So I got two. I had one of those at home. I got two more of those. So true, Tony, true. So this one, this is the Karandash Bicolor. So, and I don't know what the 999 means. I do know that the forest certified means that it came from responsibly harvested trees. But I've never tried this one. So what's funny is you'll notice, it may not be on these, but you'll notice with some brands, you can get a range of red. So yeah, so the editor is light. I will say that. That's for sure. So you'll see a variation of graphite staged longer or blue staged longer than red. And I've seen good. Thanks, Miguel. Sorry it took so long, bud. So yeah, they call them, they have different names for them about the percentage of core that each of them take. So this, let me put this Caran d'Ache bicolor right next to this one. I think it's the same. I would assume it'd be the same. It feels the same, looks the same. So, I don't know. Maybe a little darker. I don't know. It's probably just my pressure. But blue and red pencils are super hard to get nice. Like the quality is not always up to par. Sometimes just a basic color pencil, blue or red, is better than what you'll get in some of these pencils. But I believe in Caran d'Ache, and they're expensive enough that they better deliver. And this blue is excellent. This is one of the darker blues in a multi bicolor double-ended pencil. What are we gonna call these? What's the real name of these? Did I watch Mike's vlog? Yes, I had to watch it before I published it. It was fantastic. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. So this blue is spectacular, actually. So that might, we'll see if this can compete with my editor. It probably won't, because I do like that firmness in there. All right, we're gonna sharpen this one up. So this is the classic, or one of the classic ones, the Tombow Vermilion and Prussian Blue. I think this is the one that will do different stages of colors, right? I think. That's not, whew, that's not far from being accurate, Tony. Like, we're in the ballpark. All right, so I'm gonna sharpen this up. This is the Tombow 8900 Vermilion Prussian. That's the VP. This is definitely not the Mike Pence pencil. So I need to, there we go. I need to eventually get one of the different percentage ones. I didn't put that in there. Did I get the Musgrave one? I didn't see it. Did I miss it? I would have bought it if I saw it. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get them all. So I don't think I got the Musgrave. What is this one? Oh, that's a Mitsubishi. I'm gonna do that every time, sorry. Is the Musgrave one good? So I've got pencil sharpening and trains. Okay, I'll have to try that one next time I make an order from them. This is the Mitsubishi KH20. It is my preferred sharpener because it's about 95–98% sharpness of what the classroom-friendly sharpener is without the teeth marks. So first thing I noticed here, I don't know if you can see it in here, it's the paint job. So there's a white undercoating on the red, but a red undercoating on the blue. Take that for whatever it's worth. This is a round pencil, round barrel, not a hex barrel, like the bicolor. So you can see a little bit of difference there. We'll see if this Prussian blue is darker. This was as nice as this Caran d'Ache blue is. If this one works out well, this would be my preferred shade. So this is the I pressed a little hard there because I was thinking, wow, this is kind of light. So this red might be too light for me. This is vermilion. So the Caran d'Ache definitely wins in the red category. Although the Caran d'Ache is maybe a little bit orange. So, yeah, I don't know. So this is the... So what's funny is this blue is not far from... Mike Puckett, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I couldn't see where my alerts went. I was too busy deciding how many bad things I'm going to say about this pen. Pencil. It's fine. It's no Caran d'Ache. I would want another one of these. Like, this is good. I'm good with this. Nothing wrong with it. If I didn't have the Caran d'Ache, I would be fine with this. I have a Mitsubishi coming up next. We'll see how this goes. But this one, as much as I love Tombow's regular pencils, the Caran d'Ache is better. I say that not knowing their price point. The Caran d'Ache very well could be 2 to 3 times as much as that Tombow 8900. So just keep that in mind. As I say that, I don't know what the price is off the top of my head, and they could absolutely be 3 times as expensive. So this is the Mitsubishi Vermilion Prussian. So this is the 2667 EW. Do they use the EW, the E classifications for environmentally friendly, or the 9800 that I like so much? I think it's the 9800. I have it. It took me a while to find them because they called them with the environmental friendly naming convention. So I don't know what this is. They actually just call this one a color pencil. But let's see. We gotta go red first. Keep the dream alive. Damn it. 290. Yeah, this is close to the Caran d'Ache. Okay, so let's just call it twice as much, just for grins. So keep that in mind. Like I said, if I had the 8900 and not have a direct comparison to make, it would be perfectly fine. So this is the 2667. This is also better than the Tombow. This one I picked up at Goods for the Study. They may have had it at CW and I overlooked it, but I just happened to see it at CW and it really stood out to me and grabbed me. This is very similar to the Caran d'Ache, maybe slightly more reddish red. The Caran d'Ache red is a little bit orangey. It could just be the lighting in here. This is, the vermilion is very red here. Wow, that scares me so much. So the reason why I like the KH20 so much is it makes a crazy sharp long point, and on clay pencils you can see that it's not the best thing for colored pencils. So, and I can't remember how much this one is either, so we'll have to look it up. It's fine. I still think the Caran d'Ache has better, it has a more solid line in there. I think these are close. Like there's not as much white space in the line. It's a little bit softer. Those colors are almost identical. And then here again is the Caran d'Ache red, and Mitsubishi vermilion. That's awfully close. The Caran d'Ache is softer in feel. I don't know if like the point retention is any different, but it has a softer feel to it. Out of this batch, I'm still sticking with the Caran d'Ache. I thought it might be one of the Japanese ones. The Tombow is a definite no for me. The Mitsubishi is close, so depending on the price. Let me see if I can get it. See you in the Master. I'll see if I can pull up Goods for the Study real quick and find that one. Because you know I paid mega retail for it. So this is the 2667. Oh, I don't think it's you, Tony. They have a certificate error on their site. So I'm in Google Chrome right now, and we're getting a certificate error. So let's not go there. So let's see if I can just Google it. Yeah, so they're having a certificate error right now. Yeah, not you. So let's see. What do we got? Mitsubishi 2667. EW. So JetPens has the painted barrel one. That must be the one you're talking about, Sarah. They're $1 each, which that's really good. Like the way compared to the Cron Dash, that's way more reasonable because those are really close. Those two pencils. Yes, it's Rhodey Ice Pad. I don't see anyone selling these except on eBay. So let's see what the eBay price is. The eBay price is $10.50 for a 12-pack. That's the colored one too. No one has this. Has the EW. So the EW is the recycled pencil barrel, which is what that 90 is. It the 9800 or 9850 that I like so much. So their Rakuten says 1 dozen for $6.43, which means probably double that. So we're still looking at about $1 a pencil. That's the one I'd go with. If I was picking a favorite, the Editor's my favorite, but it's not the traditional blue-red. Yes, thank you, Tony. I don't know why that numbers change so much for everything the same but the natural barrel. So I'm going to take the Editor for my choice because I like the black and red. If I was going blue and red, you might have to go through for these Mitsubishis over the Cron Dash, honestly. They're so close that the price difference really makes a difference in these. You know, you can get a good amount. All right, let's look at these. So I bought the this is just, I don't know, I thought these were funny. So these are Carpenter pencils with the opposite ends. So hey Sandra. So I don't know, I just thought these were fun. And I got a big notebook here I'll show you later that I think I'm going to do some things with these pencils and this huge notebook I got over here. So it's the Koh-i-Noor Duo. So it's a Carpenter pencil. That again, I didn't bring my knife. Man, this is pretty soft. Like this is gonna mark on your wood real well, Tony. Like there's no doubt. Koh-i-Noor Duo. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Carpenter pencils just get like all the scrap. I know, Rescue Muncie, it's impossible. It's impossible. Do Carpenter pencils get like scrap or mistake graphite cores? I don't know, just a thought. Like, can you rebuild? Like, how else would you rebuild these? They can't sell a lot of these, right? This is not a pencil that's cheap enough to sell in bulk. This is just like a fancy whatever pencil. So do these get short shrift in the graphite department? Because it's perfectly fine. It just doesn't write like a nice pencil. Ooh. Yeah, I need to sharpen this or knife it, blade it. I might actually have a Carpenter pencil sharpener I'll have to dig out. I do think it's smart, obviously, to have the red and graphite and blue and graphite. Blue is really nice. This blue is really good. So the next time I build a house, I'll get a, you know, couple dozen of these. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, these were more of just a fun to have. Like, I'll use all this other stuff. These were, I do have one of those, so that'd be perfect for this. How much do those things cost? Like $20? It's something egregious. Like, it's the stupidest. Like, y'all know I like Caran d'Ache. Their prices are bad. They're very expensive. That is one of the most egregious. I'd rather pay $400 for one of their like fancy desktop sharpeners than the $25 for the peeler, but I got the peeler for free. But I've hesitated to review it because it's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. I don't care how much it works. It's a $2 device. Like, that's one I'm not on board with the Caran d'Ache pricing model for. So yeah, like I said, I'd rather buy the Matterhorn sharpener for so much more money than the peeler. Caran d'Ache. Yeah, I have a peeler though, so I'll break it out. It's still in the package just because I find it to just be just such a weird thing. All right, so Milan. Are these the same as Koh-i-Noor? They have the same, is it called Duo? No. What does that say? Flow, like fluorescent. So, this is Milan Graphite HB. So let's try this one. Probably not going to be able to see this one. I might send it to you, Tony, because I like using my knife. Wow, this is a super janky graphite. I probably need to sharpen it. It's very gritty. But I'm on like this is a triangular pencil, and it was shaved out triangularly, so I'm getting some weird things. $2 device, $23 branding. It's about right. I don't love this core. Can y'all hear that when I'm writing? That's one of the louder ones that I've used. It's not very smooth. It's a little crunchy. And this is the fluorescent side, which I was about to write Mulan. That tells you where my head is at. So I'll write Mulan because y'all can't read it anyway. And I'm not going to be able to spell fluorescent. I'm glad y'all can't read this. We'll assume I spelled that correctly because I can't even read it. But you can see if I color it in, you can probably see some of the fluorescence. That's kind of cool just for something to have, but you probably got colored pencils around that will satisfy whatever need you have. I don't see the need for this one. Not a recommendation here. So that one's a no. What else did I decide was a no? And the Tombow, that's a no. Those two are no's for me out of this batch so far. Like, not recommended. I just don't see the point unless you're doing something hyper specific. Especially the Tombow, you have other choices. This Milan, you know, there's other fluorescent pencil choices that might feel and work better than this. All right, I got this one just for the paint job because I'm not a 4B fan. Even though I got half of a Viking with 4B in it. But how can you pass this up? This is one of the prettiest pencils on the market. This is the firmest grade it comes in. It comes in 4B and 8 or 6. It comes in something very, very soft, softer than this. So this is the firm grade of the mono. Like I said, I just wanted it for the paint job. So let's see what it's like here. Best podcast ever, or Twitch stream ever, whatever this is called. I just show up and talk. I just want to look at this pencil. It's very pretty. Sorry, I should look at it under here. So this is the, ooh, yeah, that's nice. This is not as soft as I thought it would be, but it's really dark and really smooth. It's soft, don't get me wrong, but this is nice. All right, it lives up to the paint job. So let's get this Viking 4B. Yeah. You want to talk about no comparison? That's no comparison right there. That is something. I like it. And I don't like soft pencils. Like, that's not going to go in my bag like everyday use. And maybe it's just my Japanese hype train going crazy here. That Viking 4B cannot hold a candle to this. So, yeah, point is gone instantly, but boy, does that feel good. That's nice. All right. I got a couple of these. They sent these out in one of the subscription boxes. This is Futura. Who makes these? It says Moon Products. But this was in one of their, it might have been their CW pencils. Oh, you like the Viking? You didn't like the Viking? I like the school pencil. So is that what this means, Mathanius? What does it say? Scola Blianton. School pencil. Marco, thanks so much, bud. I appreciate the sub. Thanks for the prime hookup. Moon is one of the last 3 pencils makers in the US. I did not know that. This is way better than I thought it would be. This is better than some of the more expensive. This is better than that double-sided Viking that I just used. I actually like this one a lot. This one did good. But this Futura, they sent it out in a subscription box. What? I don't know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. I immediately latched onto it. Then my daughter immediately stole it. Does Moon make any other pencils that I know? This is the only one I know. Anyway, this Futura was really, really nice. It says number 2, soft. And it's just pretty. It's pink, and it's got the script, and it's got a pink ferrule, but my daughter stole it, so I wanted to make sure to get a couple more so I could give her one and keep one. Yeah, this is great. Feels good, looks good. But I didn't realize that about Moon. Everyday pencil in Denmark. Yeah, that school pencil from Viking. I get it, but it's funny how, like, you know, that's your junk pencil, then you send it to the US and people go, ooh, imported Denmark. And you're going like, that's like the nickel pencil from the corner store. Okay, see, I don't know those pencils at all, Tony. Anyway, this is just like a good one-off pencil. Like, it's not gonna beat like some of my favorite pencils to use, like the 602 or Mono 100 or anything like that, but it's a good fun pencil. I like pink, so of course I'm going to use this. And the core is actually pretty nice on it. I'm digging it, which is why I liked it before it was absconded with. So we got that. One more pencil. No, I got more. Good grief, what did I do? Yeah, imported. So we got more here. So this is the other Cron Dash fixed pencil, the partner, the Mario Boda edition of my white one. So I lost the cap to my white one on this trip, so I ordered a new cap from it. You can just order caps, but some places had the black one in stock, and so this is my favorite pencil, so I wanted to get it to pair up with my white one. So now I have both of them. So this is the Mario Boda 2.0 millimeter Cron Dash 849 fixed pencil. This is probably one of my most used writing instruments in the past year, if not 2 years. I take it many, many places with me. It's just so convenient. And it has a little sharpener in here, which you can't see. So it's got little blades in there for you to sharpen it with. And then Anna, while we were on our trip, we were talking about them. She brought me a little mini lead pointer. So this just takes the lead, you just twist it in there around these little blades. And there's two sizes. There's 2mm, and I think I don't know what the other one is, 0.9 maybe. I don't know, something smaller. So 2mm being the large one. So Sarah, the outside of the box is the best thing about these pencils, I hate to say. So we got them on the last subscription box, and they were one of the items that held it up, actually. And the paint jobs are bad. Yeah, we'll try those Mujis out in just a second. Everything about the box is, look at that, like the little details on the flaps, strike. But once you get inside, the pencil's just a huge letdown. This one's actually not that bad compared to the one I got in the CW pencil box. So it's white paint, and mine just looked like it had a whitewash on it. Like you could see straight through it. And the red stamping was kind of all messed up around the outside of the barrel. This looks better than the one I got in the box. I will say the ones they had on display for individual sale look like the ones we got in the subscription box, not like this. Like this, I probably wouldn't have blinked on in the sub box, right? But these aren't bad. There's some that are worse than others. Like this is particularly bad. Like it's just hard. This paint smudges, like they're all bumping up against each other. Like I understand the issues with the red, but the issue I had was mostly the white paint not being consistent around the barrel. It really looked like a first pass whitewash. These look better than the ones that came in the sub box. Still not perfect. I mean, they just come dirty. Like no one wants that. Like, I mean, look at this presentation, and it's a little bit disappointing opening the box, to be perfectly honest. So I still got them because of the theming. So yeah, I don't know. I'll probably use them next year when baseball season starts, and they'll be my scoring pencil, just because of the idea behind it and the theming of it. But my God, like if I could write with the packaging, I would, because it's outstanding. These MD pencils were the ones I reviewed not too long ago. The basic one, and they added in a couple of colors, so I'm just going to sharpen up the color ones. Well, I guess I'll sharpen them all up, one of each. So it's the graphite, blue, and red, generally like your two-tone pencils over here, but with lighter barrel colors. I wonder if the cores are going to be the same, so let's take a look. Boy, I'm going to have to do a lot of sharpening on this one. It's 3 pencils. All right. Oh, I lied. This isn't a regular pencil. This is a gray pencil. The core makes it look... Oh, good. Even better. Because I already have some of the other ones. Okay, so it's gray, blue, and orange or red. We'll see what it looks like. So yeah, my bad. That's not a regular graphite pencil. That's a gray colored pencil. Now I'm a little bit concerned it might be a little too light. That is definitely orange. We'll see what it looks like on the paper. And then blue. And I'll put these up in the camera once I sharpen them all so you can see what the colors look like. Ooh, that blue looks pretty. I think I can tell you right now, I'm going to be disappointed in these. They're going to be too light for me. So, that picture right there, that idea of what these pencils are, is fantastic. I'm afraid to put them on the paper because I think it's all downhill from here. That's me judging a book by its cover. But, I mean, how good does that look, right? I'm only set up for disappointment from here on out. So, do they even have names for these colors? There's no names listed for any of these colors. All the stampings just say MD paper products. There's no name. So I gotta stop sharpening these colored pencils so much. This one's really soft. So this is I don't get it. It's a gray colored pencil. I'm just gonna break this one off a little bit before. I don't know why I jump every time. All right. So I'm a pretty good judge of books by their cover, and I gotta say I'm right on this one. It was $13 for these 6 pencils. I'm not gonna use them. There's why. I have colored pencils that do this, that are cheaper and better. Yeah, I do. I use a less pointy sharpener at home. I didn't think I was gonna have this many colored pencils to sharpen here, but I don't use this pointy one for colored pencils. So chalk this one up in the I don't get it category. So anyone have any idea? Like, I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's just made to use, like, they're under the MD Paper Products brand, right? So they're under that brand where they're doing all the paper stuff, but they're bad and they're expensive. It's like, what am I missing here? Sorry, that was loud. I'm a little disappointed there, not gonna lie to you, because that was like, I buy Caran d'Ache. I know aesthetic and I know overpriced, but I want, if it's gonna look pretty and cost me a lot, at least be good. Like, don't look pretty and cost me a lot and be bad. I think that's a bad product. That's gonna rope people in to, oh, I'm a MD fan, I like the paper, and maybe there's some reason you couldn't use it, but it's just get you a good colored pencil and you'll be happy. You'll be a lot happier than I am right now with those. That was a waste of money. Those are not good. All right, so Tony, here's the Muji. This is the 2B Muji Au Natural pencil. All it has is a 2B stamping on there. Yeah, definitely for non-stationary people aesthetic. But the stationary people love the MD. I mean, the MD lineup is really good. Like, they've done that one great. So that one's a letdown. No biggie. Well, biggie, because I'm sitting here ranting about it, but whatever. All right. That sharpened up nicely. So this is your Muji 2B. Yeah, love the MD paper. Like, I wasn't impressed with the stock MD pencil, so I even hesitated to buy these. But I was like, well, it's fine. I like it, and I'll get these other ones with it. But yeah, I'll shut up in a minute. All right, so this is the Muji 2G2. Ooh, this is very dark. The best thing about Muji's products is their, yeah, that's true. Best thing about Muji's products is the product names, or the lack of them. Muji gel pen, Muji 2B pencil. So like, sometimes I write those reviews where the product names are like this long. You know, brrr, review, Muji 2B review. So this is very nice, very dark. Tony, you should order these. You would like these. Really dark, really consistent. So we've determined, hey Jesse, so I can tell all of Muji's gel ink refills by their manufacturer. So now we need to know who makes Muji's pencil core, and that's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. You know, I'll have to get up my Tombows. It'd be Tombow, Mitsubishi, Uni. This doesn't feel like a Uni. It feels like a Tombow to me. But they're already partnered with Uni. This is nice. This is, I would order, yeah. Huh. This is really nice. What do I don't think I have any of those here to compare. This is very dark. It's not super firm, you know, it's a little bit soft. Obviously, you look at the darkness, but there's no grit or variance in the graphite. It's very comfortable. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That might be something I just get my kids next year, like buy dozens of them. And I don't remember the cost of these, unfortunately, but just like everything at Muji, they're pretty inexpensive. Comes in a 6-pack. It couldn't have been $2 or $3. So, you know, they're not going to beat your Ticonderoga in price. But if you want to do something a little bit different, a little bit special, these are really, really good. $2.50 for 6. Okay. 40 cents each, 45 cents each. Okay. It's not a quarter each like your cheap school pencils, or even cheaper, but these are legitimately good. I don't expect anything else. You know, I'm acting like I'm surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But, yeah, that makes sense, Rodrigo. But I guess I'm just, I am surprised. Like, it's really, really good. Like, I haven't tried this before. I have a lot of pencils that I like. This is a quality pencil. And like I said, it's not a surprise from Muji. I guess I'm just still pleasantly surprised with how quality it is, especially after I just used those trash MD pencils that were $13 for 6 of them, and I will not use, I will no longer use. So they were in the right place too. All right, I did grab a couple other things. Let's go through some of this other stuff real quick. Let me tear some of these pages out. So one of these things, like, y'all know me, y'all have probably been around me enough, you know, like, I'm super particular about things. So all those leads I snapped, I gotta find all those little parts now before we continue, because they're gonna bother me if they're on my desk later. So sorry, give me a minute here, but I'm just brushing them all down. But yes, if that was anything that you learned today, if you don't know anything about pencils, graphite core pencils can handle a longer, finer tip, where colored pencils do not work well that way. You need a short, blunt tip for colored pencils. And I actually just ordered a sharpener today that does both styles. So it doesn't do the long tip, but it'll do a pointy tip and a blunt tip. So, all right, sorry, I need to not make racket like that. I bought some washi tape. So these are some Mujis. I like the wave pattern. This came in a 3-pack. I gave the dot pattern to the giveaway that I'm doing. There's still time to do, to enter that giveaway. penaddict.com. Scroll back to Tuesday morning's post, and the dotted version of this washi tape was in there. But y'all know I like my washi tape for my journals. So, and Muji sells washi tape in really neat patterns. I think they just had 2 colorways, like same patterns, but you either got them in this navy pattern or you got them in the burgundy pattern. That's their color, you know, that color, that Muji red burgundy color. So those are cool. This MT tape, this was one of the biggest no-brainer purchases for me. on the trip with its grid blue and red, or blue and pink. I mean, that's my aesthetic right there. So we'll see how fast I go through these, but there will be more of that in the future if I go through it as much as I do. I probably have multiple shirts that match this tape, Tony. We just need a Brad's shirt Muji tape collection. That's a pretty good idea. I should write that down. Brad's shirt pattern Muji tape. And then this one was given me to my friend Bob. This was is this Midori? So this is Johan masking tape. Johan. So, oh, easily. Yeah, I have five shirts. I have lots of shirts that are the same pattern, just different colors. So yeah, I should make a washi tape. You can make washi tape. We got through we made a quote for Notco washing tape. It's washi tape, not washing tape. Just for something fun to do. So we'll probably do that here pretty soon. We don't have it ordered yet, but we got a design and a quote. It'd just be like dot dash pattern, you know, something like that. So that was fun. All right, we're gonna save this till last. We'll do this stuff now. I didn't buy many pens or things at. Yeah, I could totally do a pen addict washi tape set. Oh, let me check my messages. So I bought more. I spent more on this book than I did on stationery at Kinokuniya, but if you followed me for a while, you've probably seen me link Mateus Urbanowitz. He's a artist living in Tokyo that goes around paint storefronts. So his book, okay, so I'm gonna have to write down this washi tape thing set. Since I already have the contact and like pricing and it seemed reasonable, yeah, I can come up with some patterns. Let me put this in this set because I don't have my this could happen. Like, this is not even a joke. All right, on the list. All right, so you've seen me tweet, you've seen me link, you've seen for I don't know how many years I've done shared Mateus. Let's call him Matt. He goes by Matt. So so Matt goes around Tokyo and does shop images, and he did translation throughout the entire book. Like, this is what I spent my money on at Kinokuniya, as opposed to much stationery. So you can just flip through. Actually, I just randomly flipped to this page. This is one of my favorites because it looks like a big tea kettle or a coffee pot or something. It's really cool. You will find more uses for washi tape than you ever could have imagined. It's pretty much better than basic Scotch tape for any task except pure stickiness, as in you cannot rip this open unless you do it forcefully. Every other use case, I find washi tape to be better. So yeah, this book is great. So he goes through the descriptions of his favorite parts of the building. It's all translated. It's not in Japanese. He does city maps to where the different buildings were on the map. So I was reading this on the plane. Like, this is where I stopped mostly because this building was stunning. So I haven't gone through all of it yet, but this is just a whole book of all of his storefront artwork. Yes, it's Japanese and English text. So it's split half and half on the page. So for each little section, it has it in Japanese and English. So, yep. It's one of my favorite things from this trip. So, oh, that's what I was writing on earlier. That's not from this trip. So I love that book. And then this, I will open this real quick. I got this at Leywines. Let's see. I need your extra knife. That's what I need. I should keep a knife in this bag because I always bring this particular bag over here because it's boxy, so it fits this kind of stuff in it. I just need to keep a knife in it. So I bought this at Leywines. This is a British company called Silvine or Silvine, S-I-L-V-I-N-E. So it's big A4-ish notebook. Looks a little narrow to be a true A4. So it's just random directions. What sold me on this was the display of it. So you can see it's 96 pages, but it's reasonably thin. The display book that a bunch of people had written in had kind of oddly expanded into this really neat format, and I wouldn't have bought it obviously if it wasn't graph paper. But I don't know. It's you know, it's got all the what do you call it? Signatures, like signature stitched. It's got like, this isn't really a backing board. I think this is just for shipping purposes. But oh, it has a ruler. It has a ruler to keep if you need that for writing. Anyway, this is definitely on brand for me. As far as, this is traditional old school gridded paper. It looked like, based on the tests there in the store, that it handles fountain pens well, but I don't even care. This has like big pencil artwork sketches for me, and I look forward to kind of breaking it in and blowing it up as big as some of the ones that I saw there at the shop. Because I don't know, that's honestly the destruction of the store sample is what sold me on this book, which is a weird thing to say, but it was so mangled and looked so good. It's like, I eventually want to do that myself. So hopefully I'll head down that path. All right, last call for the things I was most interested in getting, maybe. So Superior Labor is a Japanese leather goods maker. Why more people don't carry these products is beyond me. They're extraordinarily expensive. That could be one reason. But they're better than anything from like This Is Ground or, you know, any of those folio type systems. This is not a system. This is essentially like an A5 satchel, or like, you know, a clutch. It's like an A5 clutch. So first off, can you hear that? That's legit thick, hardcore. This is real deal type of stuff. Just looking at it and playing with them, yeah, it's thick. So it's like it's a half zip, but it's from corner to corner. So it goes around top side to the bottom side. So it kind of folds open. So let's go on the outside first. The outside has a pouch here for notebook, pouch here for pens, or you could put all pens, whatever. But it's got exterior pouches on the front, nothing on the back. Okay, so. And that's a couple of, this is a unique design element that you don't see. It has hard zipper stops sewn in to the bag. So if you come up here, right, and you're zipping, that's a hard stop right there. And it's stitched into the bag in the same leather as the other stuff. And it's got one at the bottom too. So that's not something you see very frequently, just from a design perspective. But one of the things that a lot of people find weird is it's just like a fold open. This does not come all the way open. It's not a 3/4 zip where you're going to fold it like a folio would, or like a Knox seed case, right? Those are 3/4 zip cases. This is a half zip, and an angled half zip at that. So the inside is just made to be an open pouch and then an additional pocket. So you'd almost put your larger item in the open area and then smaller paper goods in the back. Like this would be like a letter writing kit, or your A5 notebook and loose sheets. So it can carry a lot of different things. This is the one, so it was between this and like the pen wrap. And as much as I like the pen wraps, I will get more enjoyment and more use out of this. The pen wraps look awesome. I got enough pen wraps for one. I don't have something like this. So yeah, I just wanted to give this a shot. So, yeah, so I'll be excited to put this to use, break it in, see how it looks. You'll see, I mean, this is like, it's legit. So that's that one. Let's keep this for size here. This one was a gift. So the wonderful Liz and John Chans gave Mike, Anna, and I each the small pouch. I do not know what this one's called. So they're Superior Labor. I don't know the actual product names. Yeah, exactly. So purposeful, but like this, like I sketched out ideas on the plane ride home just off of this design. I was like, what can I do? Because we've been wanting to make just an A5 pouch for a while. Maybe it's different. So this is almost more of a pen case, the little guy, but it's one open pocket in the front, nothing in the back, and it's got the same zipper stops, which I personally find fascinating. Like, there's not, that's just a design that you don't get in a lot of things. So it's the same side open, and it has 3 pen slots on this side. Okay, and then it has credit card / small paper slots on this side, and then larger pockets, so small notebook on this side. This is almost a more functional case than the big one. It's got more internal storage. It's literally, it can be a pen case, it could be a wallet, it could be both. Like I saw 2 people, or maybe it's just one. I know I saw one carrying this as their back pocket wallet. Now, like I wouldn't want to go out in town with it, right? Because it's sticking out your back pocket, but it's got everything to hold your pens, paper, wallet, your cash, credit cards, pens, and it's slim enough, at least for men's pockets, to fit in. It would obviously fit in a bag or a backpack or things like that. I chose the bigger one to buy before I got this one. Like, once I eliminated the pen wrap, I know, pockets, boo. Once I eliminated the pen wrap from my buying decision, it was between these two. And I chose this one before I was given this one. So like this wasn't even on the radar. I picked this one because of how I want to try to carry things. So I'm going to carry like the bigger paper goods, different things in here with some pens, with some things on the outside. Once I got to looking at this one, I realized, and seeing how other people were carrying it, I realized just how functional these things are. It's legit, I'm telling you. Like, and it's all leather too. Just by the way, this is not, there's no lining in this. So that the crinkling sound. Big one holds an A5. So here's an A5 pad. Well, here's an A5 thick. Here's a thick A5 note. That's A5-ish notebook. So you'll see that will fit in there easily. The small one, I don't know what size that is. Like, is it an official size for paper? I don't think it is. I think it's just designed to be almost like a back pocket type of carry, because it's not really made. It'll fit your 3.5 by 5.5 notebooks here, I'm sure. Well, I say I'm sure. I don't have one to test for sure. But just the layout is really cool. And like I was getting to just a second ago, these are unlined. So that is just pure thick, durable leather. There's no lining or padding within these layers that go like this. 100% leather. So I find this brand fascinating. I've been watching them for a while, and to this day I don't understand why more companies, more shops like this don't carry these products. Like I said, it's probably because they're very expensive. Yeah, that's why I wanted this, Andrew, because it's that concept. It's that kind of idea. It's also why we make products like we do, because we don't do necessarily leather goods ourselves. Like we've done the fodder stacking collaborations, But yeah, it's the same general concept. And yeah, so getting back to like why people more people don't carry them. Really expensive. Like nice leather goods cost a lot of money. Left a look on, click that link to see the price. I think the big one was at least 150 Canadian, if not 170. Let's see what it is. I have no clue what the small one was because it was given to me. So the small one is 145. So they're calling it the pen and wallet case for the small one. And where's the other one? Superior leather case. Do they have cases? Pen and pencil cases. Whoops. Superior labor. So the big one I bought. Is the big one not listed? Am I overlooking it? Big one's not listed. It wasn't that much more expensive if I'm not mistaken. But it's just flat out expensive to begin with. Like I said, it was around. Big one is free. So, is this the big one? Let's see. Yeah, that's all the small ones. Oh, there's the A5. $220. It didn't seem like it was priced that high in the store. I thought it started with a 1, like maybe 185. I could be wrong. Oh, they did have the A4 case. That was not going to happen. A4 case 340. Oh, I swear, I'll have to look at my receipt. I swear. I mean, I know they were doing like a 10% discount for like that day. Like I don't think I got any special deal on it. I don't think I paid 220 Canadian. I thought it was more like 185. I could be wrong. But so what I probably still like 150, 140, 150 US, probably 150 US. So it's not cheap. So that's my superior labor rant. You're going to see a lot more of these on my feed as I break them in. The biggest challenge now is figuring out how I want to carry them. So we'll work on it. But it's a fantastic product, extraordinarily well made. And I'm anxious to put them to the test to see how they're used and how they break in, how they wear in with use. So yeah, that was it. I got the things I wanted. So you know, and I would like to see other companies start carrying these goods because they're really nice. I think that's a wrap from this trip. This was a lot of stuff, right? That was a good haul. I'm not gonna lie. This is why I didn't buy anything at the pen show, because I bought this, and I bought. Oh, I didn't show you all this. Since this was the pencil episode, I didn't show you this pen. So the two things on my Wonder Pens list were that. So I got the Wonder Pens Franklin Christoph fountain pen. So I love that color. They're probably discontinuing that color. It's just like anything with Franklin Christoph, just like with my stuff with Franklin Christoph, you kind of move in and out of colors. They make it easy to do. But I love this kind of grayish brown that it is. So I inked this up with the Maple Red KWZ ink, and then I inked up the Aurora Flex with the Northern Lights. So yeah, so the reason I didn't buy anything at the pen show was because I bought this the day before. That was enough. So that doesn't even count like all the stuff I bought, all the pencils I bought, all the other stuff I bought. So, oh boy, it was a good trip. And we had the podcast out yesterday that we recorded Sunday night. So that is out live. Y'all can check that out. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this trip. It was really, really good. Was it Mark 220? So maybe I just got my 10% off, and then the conversion rate made it to like 185, because that was the number I had in my head. So yeah, that makes a little sense, maybe. So 220 minus 10%, and then conversion on my receipt, which theirs was US dollars, because it was on my credit card. That would probably make it about right, 185. So it's crazy expensive. So there you have it. Expensive stuff, but I hope it lives up to my expectations for it. I know the construction and design does, so we'll just see use case for those, see if that's a good thing. So any questions for me before I wrap it up for today? We've gone like an hour and a half talking mostly about pencils, a lot about my disappointment in the MD pencils. How does that FC compare to the Thomas Hall? I mean, they're both awesome. I don't know what you know, coming from someone who loves them as much as I do. I really like it. I got this one with a clip, which I usually don't do on the pockets. Color wise, I call this brown and Thomas is gray, even though Wonder Pens refers to this as gray. I think it's brown. That's what I see from this color. So if I put this one and the Thomas Hall one side by side, I don't think they would relate, to be perfectly honest. Anna had her Thomas Hall one there. We didn't put them side by side. It's a lighter gray. And this one, while it's light, when it's uninked, I see brown in this one. So I see them completely separately. Plus, when you bring out that Tibaldi, with the colors in that Tibaldi, it makes it pull out much more gray. So I think they're pretty different, but maybe I got to get it out to compare, but I have it at home. Are you saying that you don't think they're different, Tony, or are you answering something else? I think they're the same. To me, they don't look, I've always thought this color was different, but we'll see. Really? Maybe I'm wrong then. I got to get the Thomas Hall one out. I thought it was completely different. I mean, oh, sorry. Tony's important. So there you go. I'll have to break those out to see and do some cap photos. Since I have it inked up, you won't be able to see the clarity here, but maybe you can see it in the cap. I mean, I know I have it on a. Told him you wanted the Wonder Pens material. You think it was that? I'm going to hold fast. I think they're different. But I very well could be wrong on that. So I'll try to get a picture of them side by side. Tony's going to buy Muji pencils. No one is going to buy these pencils. Do not buy these. So Jesse, if I don't take a picture of that like soon, like if I forget to do it, just yell at me again and I'll do it. Since maybe not a lot of people can put them side by side. Yeah. Don't buy the Midori. Then everything else is okay. That's a lot of stuff. So anyway, I'm going to jump. Y'all have a awesome rest of the day. I'll be online later tonight. Got to go get kids and do all that fun running around now. But thanks for hanging out. It's always good talking to you. I got to wave on this side because I'm blocked by the camera. Goodbye now.